Hey there, Bookkeeping Side Hustle community. It's Kate, excited to be here today with another great, teaching session. We have Melissa Miller Furgeson here, who's going to teach us about identifying and attracting your ideal client, our ideal clients. She's a seasoned bookkeeper who's been doing this a while, and I'm excited to learn from her. The origin of this little discussion, we were sitting next to each other during a workshop at Scaling New Heights this past summer. And she's like, I don't know if it was a client-focused one, but you're like, I know how to teach this. And so we're really glad that you're here. I'm excited to learn from you. This very morning, I was thinking, like, I don't know if I could articulate who my ideal client is. So I'm ready to learn. Y'all, if you have questions for her live, ask them in the chat. I will field them for you and ask your questions for her. If you're listening to this after the fact, you can ask them in the comments of the YouTube video, and we'll bring her back and get those answers for y'all. Melissa, super excited to have you here. Give us a little quick intro.
All right. I'm Melissa Miller Furgeson. I am a QuickBooks Pro advisor and owner of Bookkeeping for Good, where we're dedicated to providing exceptional bookkeeping services and advisory for mainly churches and nonprofits.
Awesome. You also are a fun time, and you're married to a guy from West Texas.
It's true.
We had that in common.
He was born in El Paso and raised in Lubbock, so he's Texas all the way.
I met Melissa first at the Bookkeeping Buds retreat a couple years ago and got to meet her husband as well. So she got him to Chicago somehow, so not in West Texas anymore.
I kept him here.
So I say we jump right in. Thanks to Nancy who's watching live. Hello, Nancy. So I'll add your screen and we're just gonna jump right in. I want to learn from you. I've got my pencil ready. Let's go.
Okay. Well, here we are, ready to identify and attract your ideal client. This is all about you. And I'm really excited to help you do that and help you learn how to attract more ideal clients into your practice. I usually teach this as an interactive workshop, but because today's format is more likely to be viewed as a recording later on, we'll do a little less live interactive work. You'll still need some paper and something to write with. So I'm going to give you just a few seconds to grab that, and then we'll get started.
While we're grabbing our stuff, if those of you are watching live, chime in where you're watching from, if you know who your client, if you have an ideal client, you can add that to the comments now too. And we'll see if your ideal client is the same at the end of this exercise. Maybe Melissa's going to teach us that whatever you think it isn't quite right.
Maybe.
All right, that's probably time.
Okay, that's enough time, I think. All right. So 8 years ago, I did not have a full book of business. I said yes almost every time someone asked me to work on their books and passed off those negative, uncomfortable feelings about my bad fit clients as imposter syndrome. I was a terrible boss to my only employee, me. My only criteria for clients back then was that they wanted me to do their bookkeeping and they were willing to pay me to do it. Sad, huh? Luckily, I found a better boss, also me, by learning how to identify what ideal means to me, and then changing my practice to focus on working with only ideal clients. So, why is this important? Well, for me, it was the mental and physical health benefits. Knowing your ideal client helps you narrow your focus, reducing overwhelm and decision fatigue. It leads to more positive interactions with your clients and fewer frustrations because you're doing work that excites you and dealing with clients who truly appreciate your work. Finally, It boosts confidence. Being clear on who you're serving validates your professional self-worth. I know I'm more confident when talking to prospective clients now because I've internalized what's important to me in a client. I can pretty quickly assess whether they fit or whether I should refer them to someone else. Have you ever thought about how working with bad fit clients might shape your physical and mental health?
I'll answer that. The confidence piece. I can just feel it. There are some things I'm so good at. I feel on top of the world. I'm like I'm a hero. I can like leave my office, and if maybe a family member's home, like I come out like act like actually exclaiming, like I might give a shout, and like those moments are like they're so powerful. But I do not feel that way with every interaction that I have with the client. So like inside when you're like kicking butt and when you're not. And so like those butt kicking feelings really, like I don't know, it's indescribable whenever I have them, and to have more of them would be really great. So definitely it would boost my confidence because like I know I know I'm good. I'm not good at everything, but I am good at some things, and so I should do more of that.
Right. And I think we all feel that way at times, and then also feel small at times as well. So the whole purpose of going through this exercise is to help us feel big and heroic, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Back when I was a terrible boss to myself, I had one particular bad fit client that caused me so much stress and anxiety that I became physically ill. One day, about 6 months into that engagement, I was sitting in my car about to go inside, and I felt really odd, like kind of jittery and just off. And I didn't know what it was, but it was clear to me that something was physically wrong. So why did I keep working with that client and others that caused me stress for so long? Well, I was afraid to be choosy about my clients because I needed more income. But the truth is that knowing what works for you allows you to focus your efforts and gain better business results. A 2022 report conducted by Salesforce emphasizes the importance of personalized service and deep client relationships. It showed that 84% of clients are more likely to stay loyal to a service provider that understands and caters specifically to their needs. You can be choosy and give certain clients exactly what they and you need. The change is hard. Inertia is a powerful force. I say that all the time about all kinds of things. It often feels like just going along with the status quo would be so much easier. In fact, the opposite is true. Making a change is often easier than remaining in an unhappy situation. A study from the American Psychological Association showed that long-term stress contributes to the development of chronic diseases like hypertension and diabetes. The APA goes on to say that making changes that reduce stress, even if challenging initially, can help improve both mental and physical well-being in the long run. The difficulty of managing a chronic disease cannot be easier than changing our patterns, can it?
Right. Could not be easier than kicking one client to the curb.
Right. It's hard, but we can do it.
Yes.
So this one wasn't initially on my list of reasons at that time with that particular client, but another objection I sometimes hear is I'm new and I don't know what I want or what kind of clients I like. I don't want to choose wrong. Well, guess what? It's okay to change your mind. Many very successful entrepreneurs have changed their client base over time as their business has evolved. One example is Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx, who initially started selling her shapewear to small boutique shops. And as her business grew, she shifted her focus to high-end department stores. And over time, she found that her ideal clients were large retailers who could help her scale her business. And, look at her now.
Yeah.
So we've established that it's probably a bad idea to work with clients that aren't a good fit for us. It's not good for our health, however you define health, mental, physical, or emotional. And we've knocked down some common objections to becoming more picky about who we work with. So now it's time that we do a little bit of the work for ourselves. Have you ever had a physical reaction like cringing? Maybe I have. When you see an email, text, or phone call from one or more of your clients. Why is that? What is it about interacting with that client that makes you feel that way? What are some specific traits of those bad fit clients, those clients that make you cringe? For me, with that client that made me physically ill, there were a few reasons. One, they weren't using software that I was familiar with. So my confidence was shot. And they wanted me in their office once a week while I wanted to be remote. So my frustration was high. Those were my reasons. What are yours? What would you describe as reasons a client might be a bad fit for you? We're all different, so there's no right or wrong answer, only what makes sense for you.
If those of y'all listening, there's quite a handful of y'all watching live, I would be interested in y'all's answer to that question. Like, what is that is making you not wanting to open that email? So I don't even like to open the email sometimes. Like it stays like unread. Like I'm not gonna go there right now.
I don't even know what it says.
And then half the time, actually, it's like it wasn't even that bad. Like once I finally get around to opening it, because plenty of clients, it's not like they're bad people.
No.
It's not like they're not. It's just for whatever reason, it's not for you, and they're probably a dream for someone else.
Exactly.
Right. And then you open that email and you're like, oh, like that actually wasn't so bad, but I still felt terrible opening the email. Like, so I should listen to that.
I have an example here. My friend Nio Carter-Gray, who I'm sure you know, Kate.
Yes.
She says that clients who want to talk with her on the phone are a bad fit.
Okay.
And I agree. I hate the phone. Talking to clients on the phone is not how she runs her business. So, that's just one. There are lots of other reasons why a client might be a bad fit. I have a few examples from the accounting industry to show you next.
Tell us.
All right. So industry or niche or size of business. According to a survey by Intuit, 53% of accounting professionals are planning to specialize in specific industries because niche knowledge helps them serve clients more effectively and makes them feel more confident in their knowledge. Financial instability or inability or unwillingness to pay. A QuickBooks report shows that 64% of small businesses experience late payments, and 47% say it impacts their ability to pay their own bills. Now, I don't want to deal with clients that have trouble paying their bills. I put all my clients on automatic upfront payments for their bookkeeping and advisory services that they purchase from me. So I don't have to wait to be paid. That's one of my ideal client criteria. Personality or culture clash. In a survey by Accountancy Age, 67% of accountants said that managing client relationships was one of their biggest challenges. I used to say that my niche was nice people. I just wanted to work with people that treated me well and that I got along with. And that's valid, but over time I've honed that requirement. Now I only work with churches and nonprofits. And to get really specific, I only work with churches and nonprofits that affirm the rights of the LGBTQIA and BIPOC communities and who are nice and treat me and my staff well. I hit on the niche and the culture. There are lots of other reasons a client might be a bad fit. We can probably all agree on some of them, like doesn't pay me or is mean to me and my staff. But you also each have your own list of traits you don't want in a client. And your bad fit might be someone else's good fit, like Kate said earlier. So now it's time to pull out the pen and paper that we grabbed earlier and make yourself a list of the traits you don't want in a client. Consider how your current clients make you feel and the traits you identify with any bad feelings about that client, the ones that make you cringe when the phone rings. Here are a few things I would put on my list. I call it unnecessary mysteriousness. I'm like Nayo. I don't love talking on the phone. So calls me on the phone but won't leave a message bothers me. Sends an email or a text saying, call me without any context also bothers me. Like, tell me what you need so I can prepare before we have our meeting, right? It'll save us both a lot of time. Another one is unnecessary urgency. They want an answer for every question immediately, even though we all know there are very few, maybe zero accounting emergencies, right?
Yeah.
Another might be, at least for me, that they take a long time to answer my questions when I have questions for them. And I have a few of these that send me bank statements whenever they feel like it. I'm still working on getting perfect clients. Whatever your answers are, understand that they're valid because they're yours. This is your life and your business, and what you want matters.
So I hope everyone's making their list. I made an intake form that's electronic, and people have to use my Calendly link to make meetings with me. And I have found that that's somewhat of a screen for like minimum technical savviness.
Yep.
So yeah, I used to I think I used to say my niche was like smart people. Yeah. And that was probably too broad. But as I say that, and then as you say sort of what your niche is, and I look at your list and you say like this idea of like a culture clash. So you're kind of telling us to like judge people, right? And like, I believe that that's okay. And when I teach I think that we are supposed to like use, like, it's okay for you to have like standards and your beliefs. And so I don't know. I'm curious if anyone else is like, wants to push back on that. Like, well, why wouldn't you serve someone else? And it's like, well, actually it's because like this is the culture that I want. Like, I believe this is the best. And there's going to be people who disagree with you, Melissa, and they'll take those clients.
It's the right thing for me, and someone else is going to be the right thing for you.
Right.
And, I heard this just the other day. I hear it pretty frequently. There's enough work for all of us.
Yeah.
There's enough clients to go around. So we can all choose the best ones for me, and it'll all work out. I just
think it's cool that you're saying kind of like a values-based judgment is an okay thing. For you,
I want to help people that I like, right? That have the same values as me.
But not everyone. I feel like there's people there. Like, there are some messages in society, like everyone, like it's okay for like whatever you believe is fine. Like your truth, you do you, and you're kind of like, no, like I'm old enough. I've decided that these are the things. This is what's really important to me. And if you disagree with me, then like we probably shouldn't work together. Go find someone who agrees with you. So right. I don't know. I just find it fascinating.
Like, give you, a list of a networking group or something where you can find someone that, will share your values so that you work best with them. I'll pass people along when they don't fit with, my list of criteria. I'm happy to do that.
I just think that's great. All I'm doing, I'm honing in on this idea of like, it's okay for our values to influence the clients that we work with.
Absolutely.
Let's here. Raise a glass. Okay, we can get. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. Okay. So remember how I felt with that bad client, that jittery, uncomfortable feeling I had in the car? It jarred me enough that on that same day, I called my doctor and made an appointment. And after some tests, the diagnosis was simple. You may have guessed it. I had high blood pressure. The doctor was like, Melissa, I need you to take care of you. So it took a minute, but I realized that I had been sacrificing my health by ignoring the things that made me question whether clients like these were really a good fit for me and my practice. So I took the BP meds she prescribed me, and I made a plan to find better clients so I could pass along the ones that weren't a good fit for me to someone else who was a good fit for them, just like we said. Think about some examples of your favorite clients. What is it about them that makes them special? Are they always happy to see you? Do they remember your kids' names? Do you feel like a hero when you work with them? Again, a few examples from the accounting industry. Good fit clients are communicative, proactive, and responsive. They communicate openly and take initiative in managing their finances. They provide necessary information on time, and they stay on top of deadlines. They respond promptly to requests for information and help maintain workflow and efficiency. A study published in the Journal of Business Research found that client responsiveness positively affects overall service quality and client satisfaction, leading to relationships. Good clients are technologically savvy. They're comfortable using accounting software and digital tools, which facilitates smoother collaboration and data sharing. And they have an attitude of collaboration. The Business Relationship Management Institute found that organizations that invest in collaborative, long-term relationships with service providers, like bookkeepers and accountants, experience a 30% higher success rate in project outcomes. So it's your turn again. Use your paper to make a list of traits you do want in a client. Consider your current favorite clients and how they make you feel, and the traits you identify with those good feelings about the client. Now, maybe you like them because they always respond to your emails in a reasonable amount of time. Maybe they're really good at following directions and, click on the Calendly link, send their receipts to Dext. That's mine, like you asked them to do. Maybe they always have chocolate chip cookies at the office when you go visit. Like, it can be absolutely anything that makes them a good fit for you.
I am thinking about this idea of who you do want. And I have this template of notes. I do a lot of one-on-one training. So I would say I have a lot of small clients. That's how my business works. Not a lot of monthly large clients. So I've been taking pictures of them. They don't know this when we're on Zoom. I open the app on my desktop or on my laptop called I just type in the search bar snip. I just type in SNI and it brings it up. So it's a snippet tool. And the pictures are horrible. They would die if they see this because you just it freezes, in the middle and their mouth is open, whatever.
You're catching them talking and it's like.
But it doesn't matter because they're not for public consumption. But I'm almost I could put pictures of my ideal clients behind my computer right now. I don't know. That's what I was thinking of as you said this. And there's one particular girl that's coming to mind right now, a gal named Aubrey that of recent people I've talked to, she good golly, I want more of her. I want her to be more of my client. I want to what else can I sell her? But also how can I just get her friends? Who does she run with? I don't know. She's awesome. But I have a little picture of her on her notes, on my notes for her.
I have never thought of doing that, but I like that idea.
it's really, it's simple. You just Control C, Control V. Like I don't save the folder. I'm not downloading it. Snipping tool is really great for just like, it puts it on your clipboard. It's amazing. Highly recommend. Take pictures of your clients.
All right. So, Kate, let's do one more exercise to help refine our list of good and bad clients. Quickly list, well, Aubrey's one, your 2 to 3 most favorite and 2 to 3 least favorite clients. Don't think about it too much. Just write them down quickly as they pop into your head and leave a little space in between each one. You don't have to tell me who they are.
I know. I don't want it to be online forever.
Right. Definitely don't tell us who the least favorite ones are. Keep it to yourself. They don't want to know they're your least favorite. They would be someone else's most favorite client, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. So look at your list that you just made and write 1 or 2 words or phrases beside each one that captures why you feel this way. They may be the same words and phrases that you wrote down earlier, or it may prompt some different words and phrases to come up for you. The reasons may seem silly, like has chocolate chip cookies in their office when I visit, but they might not have anything to do with accounting or bank reconciliations, but that's okay because they don't need to make sense to anyone but you because it's your list. While you're doing that, I'll tell you a story about one of my clients. As I was putting together this presentation, I asked my employee which of our clients is her favorite. And she chose the theater troupe that puts on a new collection of 30 2-minute plays every weekend. They are wild and wacky. They sell the majority of their tickets for cash at the door based on a dice roll. Yeah, they determine your ticket price based on the number you roll on a pair of crazy dice.
Okay.
So she has to go to their office every week to count all this cash. And it sounds like a total pain in the neck. But she loves going to the theater to count cash every week. They have silly art on the walls and goofy toys in the theater office. There's usually a group of actors there, either like working on writing the next week's plays or rehearsing. And she just loves the vibe. So being in this noisy, messy environment is amazing for her. It would drive me crazy, but it's amazing for her. And that's like her ideal.
Is it fair to say that like how lucrative someone is a criteria for whether someone's favorite or not?
Sure. We all have to feed our kids and go on vacations and make money. Like we all need that. And it's important to us. I mean, look at my slides. I love going on vacation.
So to say my most favorite client is the one that is the highest ROI on my time, right? It takes me the least amount of work. I get paid the most. Do you think that's a sustainable criteria of an ideal client? The clients who pay me the most money?
I think so. Because I think that, you can start, to make those calculations and figure out who they are and then decide, well, I make a lot of money on this person, but they cause me stress or I don't like them or like you have to balance those things.
Okay.
But absolutely. Yeah. Money doesn't have to be evil.
Okay. Fair enough. I just like to ask the questions. If anyone else has questions, put them in the chat.
So we made our lists. We know what we want. We know which of our current clients we like the most and why. Now we need to figure out how to attract more of them. There are tons of different ways to do this, but I have settled on teaching you about 3 methods that I consider the most approachable and that have worked for me. So one is networking. This seems obvious, and it can be, but networking can take many forms, including belonging to this bookkeeping side hustle group and other accounting industry groups. Many of us here share leads and ideas freely with one another. It makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also want to look for unique networking opportunities in the places where our ideal clients hang out. Are there physical spaces like co-working offices, coffee shops, salons, like those salon suites where there's 20 or 30 different salons in a single building?
Mm-hmm.
Hardware stores or mechanics shops, if that's the type of client you want. Niche networking groups or industry organizations. So for instance, there's a membership organization here in Chicago for LGBTQIA welcoming churches. I could offer to provide a short presentation on a simple church accounting topic at their next meeting to let their members know I'm available. You're not a photographer, but maybe you love working with them.
Mm-hmm.
So you might see about attending a photographer's conference. Are there specific social media channels like Active Rain for real estate professionals where your people hang out? Maybe you could join and start offering business tips in their chat or offer to write a guest spot for their blog. Consider what networking opportunities would fit with your ideal client.
I love it.
Right. So referrals is next. According to a study by Nielsen, the TV ratings people, 88% of consumers trust recommendations from people they know over other forms of advertising and marketing. Make sure your favorite clients know that you love them and that you want to help more people just like them. Tell Aubrey that you love her and you want to know how you can find more people like her. Ask them for referrals. And be specific in your ask. Make sure to tell them what you love about working with them and what you're looking for in future clients so they know your criteria. They'll help you.
How does that look like for you? Do you have like an email you send?
I work with a lot of churches, and I started at my own Lutheran church. And I have 5 Lutheran churches in Chicagoland who are clients now because pastors talk.
Okay.
And letting them know that I am available and looking, for new clients allows them to share my information with their friends.
So that sounds, the way you've just described that is it's like pretty informal. Like you don't have like a tracking system. You're not putting them in some sort of like email system that asks every client for a referral 6 months after you've issued their reports or something like that. It's informal.
It is informal.
Okay.
But I am small and growing slowly.
Okay.
You can definitely do, I don't even know how to do it, but I know like the sales funnel. There are definitely ways to do it and other people who could teach you how.
Right. If anyone has a good, like if you're strong at referrals, like maybe we could have a lesson on that. Chime in on the comments after the fact or while you're listening now. Like if you've got a good referral system, like some people do it with a paid situation. Some people, you can create like a single strong partnership with someone versus like just telling every client that you have. So there's lots of ways to do it. But even just starting informally, like literally just saying, I should email Aubrey and say, tell me who in your life is also doing something cool like you.
Yeah.
And I'd love to talk with them.
Well, and I bet she loves you as much as you love her. So she'd be thrilled to help you.
Hopefully. I think so.
Right. So next is marketing. And this is important because it helps you connect with your ideal client, drive sales, build brand awareness, and foster long-term relationships. Make sure your website includes messaging about who your ideal client is. There are many different ways to do this. Niche is an easy one. You can literally say, like I did, we strive to be the go-to bookkeeping firm for small nonprofits and churches in Chicagoland. Not only is my ideal client a church or nonprofit, but they're willing to pay appropriately for my services. So I include pricing on my website.
Okay.
It's somewhat vague, like starting at for, this level of service. And I've heard plenty of people say that that's a no-no, but I feel like it helps me weed out those clients who are looking for a bargain. I don't want to waste my time on a discovery call or a series of emails only to find out that the prospective client can't afford or doesn't want to pay my minimum.
I have minimums. I didn't always have minimums. And whenever we get past the website to like a call, if I ever do say a number, I say yours will probably be higher, but this is the lowest it would be. I just like, awesome. I've gotten used to saying yours will probably be higher. But I'll let you know.
That's good. So reviews. Include reviews or testimonials from a few of your favorite clients so that your website visitors can see the names of some of the businesses you work with. That's a bit more subtle than directly specifying a niche, but a potential client could see a testimonial from another business like theirs, and that may make the difference for them in deciding to contact you. They could say, I see that the architecture firm across town is really happy with this accountant. I bet she'd do good work for me too. And like I mentioned with referrals earlier, ask for reviews early and often, as we say here in Chicago. I have an email template, which includes links to my QBO Find a Pro Advisor site, my LinkedIn, and my Google business page so that I can easily ask clients for reviews. It's not really systematized. It's still pretty informal, but it's at least a template that I can send out when I want to ask for reviews. Once I've been working with a new client for a few months, I'll send that email and ask them to write me a review on the platform of their choice.
Yep.
I even give them a bit of language to help them write. For example, I love working with LGBTQ friendly churches, and I'd love to help more of them. Would you be willing to write a short review on one of those platforms so that other churches like yours will see how I helped you with your fill in the blank, whatever it is that you hope they'll focus on in the review? I try to send out the review requests every few months so they're staggered when they post, so I don't have, a whole bunch in 1 week and then nothing for a long time. But you get the idea.
Do you do anything after you get the review besides, do you always put everyone on your website, or like what do you do with it?
I don't put them all on my website. I will pull quotes out and like trade out quotes on my website sometimes, but they are all listed in the Find a Pro Advisor and the LinkedIn and the Google for someone who was looking for that.
So I'll chime in. I was finally 27 years in business this year, 2025, first time this happened, got a template in Canva. Sometimes the reviews are longer than that. So I'll take like just the favorite sentence and that goes in a template. So it looks like a graphic because graphics are prettier than just like walls of text. And we have the system where it's like 2 a month are in this like shared, like it's not systematized, but it's calendarized almost, where at the beginning of the month, 2 have been selected from this Google Doc that has like all of them, and it has the link to their actual image. And I'm putting those on social media. So yeah, they're in the platform, but I'm actually using that as content to say, and you can write words above it, like a long post, like I really, and talk about how you work with that client, or you can just write something like, we sure love our clients, but here's what so-and-so, we love our clients, especially so-and-so. And I put their first name and just the last initial, because they kind of volunteered to make it public. There's another really cool thing, y'all, that you can do if you're working with someone on LinkedIn. There's a request the recommendation button if you're connected with someone on LinkedIn. And that makes it even easier than just sharing, like, will you please do, like, they get a message saying so-and-so is requesting a recommendation. And if in my course of letting them know that I would like to ask them for a review, if they say yes and they say they use LinkedIn, I'll say I'm gonna request it from you, so it'll be really easy. It's gonna be in your messages, And that's something I've learned about in the last year too. So I've gotten hardcore requesting reviews and using them as content to like sing my song loud to people.
Oh, sure. And, making it as easy as possible makes it more likely that they'll give you that recommendation or write that review.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why I like adding the little kind of blurb about what give them a hint about what I'd like them to say.
Right.
Or what I'd like them to focus on at least. All right. Next is, in my firm, we've developed a Google form. And I think you talked about this too. It has a short list of yes or no and open-ended questions to help us gauge the fitness of a client before we even talk to them. Our form includes questions like briefly describe your organization and why you're looking for a bookkeeper. Have you or are you willing to connect your bank accounts to QuickBooks for that live feed? Do you use QuickBooks, or are you willing to switch to QuickBooks? Because that's my thing. You value great bookkeeping and understand that our pricing is customized to the needs of each client and requires a paid file checkup before pricing and engaging your organization. And I tell them the price. This $500 checkup includes a detailed written report of our findings, even if either side decides not to move forward.
Yep. So they have to say yes.
Your expectations.
Yeah.
They have to answer yes.
So how many people have seen that form and said they stopped? And that's great. You've just not had to waste your time, right?
I'm not sure, because I just never get the response, right?
Yeah, exactly. But that's good.
Yeah. They self-select, and we've both saved some time. And so, some prospects see this, self-select not to move forward, quit the form, right? But that can tell us a few things, like they aren't willing to take the time to provide simple info.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they won't be willing to take the time to send us receipts or bank statements or answer questions when we're working together. That is not a good fit for us. Maybe they don't want to pay for the diagnostic review. That gives us an indication of their price sensitivity. Mm-hmm. Again, not a good fit for us. We want the money. We want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Others will complete the form with yeses in all the right places, and we'll schedule a call with them. Their answers to those initial questions, especially why are you looking for a bookkeeper, help us to get a feel for their personality and whether they'll be a good fit for us. And that also helps us direct that initial conversation with them. I hope these techniques that I've used to attract my ideal clients has helped you to come up with a few ideas of your own. We all deserve to do fulfilling work for clients that appreciate our hard work and make us happy to show up every day. I'm happy to report that I broke up with that bad fit client and replaced them fairly quickly. My blood pressure is stable on the lowest dose of medication, and I currently have a full roster of happy clients that make me happy too. Now, I want the same for you. Please make a commitment to yourself to hold on to those lists you've made and use the insights you've gained today to make decisions about your client roster so that you and your clients can also be happy and less stressed. Write down that commitment and share it with your business bestie, your partner, or a close friend, because goals that are written down and shared are more likely to be achieved. Mm-hmm. I hope that you are able to use the information I've shared today to feel empowered to make changes in your business that will make positive impacts on your mental, physical, and emotional health. You deserve it. Thank you.
This is awesome. I'm gonna bring up your face bigger here because I wanna. You just said something. You said you and your clients less stressed, and like, what if we think of it like that? Where if we are a batty bookkeeper, mm-hmm. How is that? Probably they're feeling that, right? Like the kids know and mama's not right, like maybe the clients know and bookkeeper's not right. And so they're not enjoying your call or your visit either.
Right.
They don't like.
They cringe when we get in touch with them.
Yeah. So maybe it's kind of like usually bad relationships kind of have, they're eventually, you're not gonna be able to hide it for forever. So maybe
Right.
you put on a good face for a couple of meetings, but eventually it's like, we both don't enjoy this. So I'm saying that to just like, that can help with the breakup, right? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know. That's just what you said. You said that. I think that's really insightful. So this has been fantastic. I have a lot to think about. I think I'm going to print some pictures off. That's what I'm going to do because I have pictures of everybody. I'll make Aubrey's really big.
Right.
She's my favorite right now.
You can put it in a frame.
Frame it. Look at her every day. And my kids will be like, "Excuse me, Mom, what's happening?"
You don't have your kids in frames in your office. You have your favorite clients.
I have one picture of them. It's like 10 years old. I should get more.
That's when they were little and cute and didn't talk back, right?
That is all true. All true. Thank you so much. We've learned a lot, y'all. If y'all want to stay in touch with Melissa, there's going to be links to her to her in the description of the YouTube video. Her LinkedIn profile is a great place to hang out. I know that I see you post a lot there. And she's got a Facebook group for people who have QuickBooks questions, right? You help kind of, yeah. So that would be a bookkeeping group that y'all could potentially join. Love to have you go over that. That'll be in the description of this video. What a great lesson. You clearly have a lot to offer. So I'm excited about that. And I would love for anyone who's listened to this, tell Melissa in 6 months, 2 months, 10 months, whenever it is, when you do what she says and you're like, I did it. I broke up with that one. I know that'd be an encouragement to her. So find her on LinkedIn and pass along that. Celebrate. You got to celebrate these things, right? So she'll celebrate with you whenever you finally do this.
And Kate knows I love celebrating. So
I have celebrated with you a few times about all sorts of things. All right. We'll wrap up. This has been a great lesson. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And we will sign off. Bookkeeping Side Hustle community. I think our next live stream is another Behind the Hustle interview, where we're interviewing someone not quite as experienced as Melissa, a little bit newer, to give those true stories of what it's like to build a bookkeeping business. So that'll be our next live stream. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you get all of our great interviews. Adios for now, everyone.
Bye.